You're watching The Opening Statement with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Welcome to The Opening Statement. I'm your host, Dianne Hart, and this evening I have the awesome pleasure of interviewing a phenomenal woman, Miss Pattie Bonner, who is a community advocate and also a board member of the East Tampa Business and Community Development Alliance since 2014. Ms. Bonner serves on the fundraising committee, the scholarship committee, and the new member board members committee. So good evening, Pattie. How are you?
Hello to you, Dianne Hart. How are you?
Blessed and highly favored. How about yourself?
I don't have any complaints. They always say the complaint board is closed. So I choose not to complain. I just won't complain at all. I just do my part and keep it moving.
We're going to jump right in. I'm going to talk a little bit about the organization. Then we'll talk about the event that we have coming up.
Well, East Tampa Business and Community Development Alliance is near and dear to my heart. I became acquainted with this organization, as you said, in 2014. I became a board member, and initially I was voluntold by you. And but moreover, I really became very interested in the community. So, I've always had the gift of service that I was appointed to by God. But you and this organization allowed me to expand upon my ministry. So, with this organization, we used to do so much. Well, we still do so much out in the community, but in my day job don't allow me to do as much as I used to do. But every Tuesday, we're feeding the community. We have home ownership initiatives. We're housing people. We're giving out scholarships, and we're educating people. We're educating the seniors on AI. We're doing so much at East Tampa that we just want to make sure that every component of the community we touch. So I love being a part of this organization. I don't think that there is another organization that can touch my heart as close as this organization has in the last 11 years that I've had the pleasure to serve. But moreover, this is our second year, Dianne Hart, with our Dianne Hart Scholarship Fundraiser Dinner Ceremony. We are so excited to make sure that 3 or 4 people become a little bit more educated on behalf of our organization by way of the Dianne Hart Scholarship. We've worked so hard over the past year to bring this event together. I'm so excited to get all dolled up for the evening and just to celebrate those who are in receipt of the scholarship, number one, but moreover, to celebrate you, Ms. Hart. You've been such a staple in our community for so many years. And, it's time to give you your flowers while you are alive.
Thank you, Pattie. I greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely. So I say that, and I mean it with every inch of my heart. I mean that because you touch people, and you always answer your telephone. I don't know anybody who doesn't have your phone number. Seriously, I know it.
Probably true. Whole city knows my number, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
but I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
When did you move to Tampa?
I moved to Tampa September 14, 2009.
And did you immediately get involved in some community activities when you first got to town?
When I moved to Tampa September 14, I got a job September 16. I was working at the muscular dystrophy as a telemarketer, and I tell you, I was the best telemarketer, making them $10 an hour. I was the best, I'll tell you. And I only had to do that for 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks. It was like a week and a half, and then I became full time at another organization over in St. Pete. So my community work actually began over in the St. Pete area. Mm-hmm. And then in 2013 is when I met you, and then 2014 is when I joined the board. So I've had a long journey in doing community work. Even when I was in Cincinnati, I was always doing community work. But because when I moved to Tampa, I really, really understood you, and this organization helped me realize the power of community. and the power of collaboration. So, I took what I've learned, and I've just taken it to another level, and and I just want to continue to grow along with this organization.
I am so happy that you chose our organization. I know there are many other organizations both you and I served on or have served with, but you
Absolutely.
stayed with us, and I'm so grateful for that. I absolutely am.
Yeah,
Listen, you all, from the very first time I met Patty, I knew that she and I would be best friends and we were going to help each other because really, that's really what it's about. It's about
it is.
helping each other to reach our goals. And I think we've done that pretty good. We both worked with Salita's House before
Yep. Yep.
and both work with NARAB, which is
Yes.
a national organization of real estate. We have been on this trail for a long, long time. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful to have had this opportunity. But Patty, let's talk a little bit about this fundraiser. There were 4 chosen.
Yeah.
You sat on that committee that actually was able to help to choose. So what do you think about the applications that we got?
Wow. I tell you, I sat on that. When we were reading those, we were in that room, and it was like 4 of us in that room reading these applications. And, these are students, like high school students going to college, or freshmen going into their sophomore year. And, I can remember when I was a high school student or a freshman going into my sophomore year, I don't think I was that intelligent. I don't
You
think that
probably were.
I was that intelligent. I mean, the essays that they wrote were beautiful essays, and they talked with such intelligence, and their goals. It was just beautiful. I think that every one of them well deserved the scholarship that they're going to receive.
I wish that we could have given scholarships to everybody that applied. If you completed the scholarship and turned in all of your things and you did not receive the scholarship, it wasn't because you didn't do a good job. But outside of that, every single one of the applications we received were really good applications. And I have to remind people, I've had a couple people call me and say things to me, but I have to remind folks, I was not in the room. I didn't know a single soul that was chosen at all. I do that because I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, she chose somebody's. Nope, I didn't know a soul. When Miss Cass dropped them on my desk and said, these are the recipients that we've chosen, I just said, okay, well, let me read their resumes. And then after reading theirs, I read everybody else's as well, because I wanted to just kind of get a feel for where the kids were. One of the things I think I appreciate you all, Patty, and especially your leadership in choosing somebody to be a recipient was it was not just about their grade point average, all of their material that they had to turn in. Because I wanted people to understand that we were not just going out trying to choose the smartest child in the group. That was not it. We even opened it up for people who might have been going to trade school. Understand, having not gone to college until I was 65,
Mhm.
I understand that everybody doesn't go to college. Some of us do go to trade schools.
Exactly.
So next year, we're hoping that kids who are aspiring to do something different than just go to college, you don't have to necessarily be going to college to apply for our scholarship, which is probably different than most scholarships ever. And we wanted to do that. And I appreciate the fact that the board was willing to go along with that. So I thank you for your leadership on that. I think
Absolutely. Yeah, because we need more trades, right? We need
right.
more plumbers. We need more electricians.
Mhm.
We need more hairstylists,
We
i.e.
do.
Dianne Hart.
Former stylist,
Right,
loved
former
it.
stylists.
37
Right.
years.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Right.
so all of these trades, we have to educate these people, right? So I think that they will fall right into place of receiving a scholarship, just like a person that was going to a 2 or 4 year college. So I will highly encourage those who, if you want to go to school for anything, if you want to be educated, please apply for the scholarship. It's worth it. You know what I mean? You've
No
heard the
question.
word yes before, and you've heard the word no before.
Don't give up because you did not make
Right.
it this year. Make sure that you do apply. And every time we find out about a scholarship that's being given away, I've been trying to make sure I get them posted on my page because it's critically important that all students get an opportunity to apply for
Hmm.
scholarships and go out and Google trade you might want to be in,
Hmm.
electrician scholarships. Because my thing was, an electrician would need some tools. They may need some boots. They may need some different things. So my thought was, let's try and give everybody an opportunity. I'm so happy that we had this opportunity, and we do have 4 students that will receive our scholarship. So let's talk a little bit about when and where and that kind of stuff.
The Dianne Hart Scholarship Fundraiser Dinner Ceremony. It's going to take place Saturday, November 8th from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. It's a ceremony, but we do have a reception from 6 to 7. It's going to be at the Skills Center on 22nd, 5107 North 22nd. That's on the in East Tampa. It was formal attire, so you get to get all dolled up and get on some pure pretty lipstick, and brothers put on your nice suit and some hard shoes, and come on out and celebrate with us, because we're planning on doing a little dining and a little dancing and a little celebrating, and we're going to give some couple of scholarships away also. So I charge everyone in the Tampa Bay area to come on out and not only celebrate the recipients of the scholarship, celebrate East Tampa as we celebrate others, and we do our part in the community, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. We got to, especially during these times, we have to lift each other up. We have no other choice other than to lift each other up. You know what I mean? Whatever we can do to help the next person, let's find out what that thing is.
That's absolutely
right.
True.
But right now, that thing is this scholarship. We want you to get all dressed up. We want you to come on out. Now, there's several ways that you can get your ticket. Go online at ETBCA at etbca.org and click the donation button. You can also stop by the office at 4609 North 34th Street, or you can send your money by mail if that's, if you still into that snail mail. We might
not get it before Saturday night, so you need to bring it by the office or pay it online in our mailbox.
Well, yeah, drop it in the mailbox. I don't know if you got to do a cashier's check or money order. Miss Cassie say, let's go, let's take it. She's going to take it whatever way you're going to give it to her, okay?
Yeah,
but nonetheless, last year was our first year doing this. And when I tell you the outcome of the event last year was phenomenal.
It was.
We had such a great outcome. People got all dressed up, and that was our first time doing it. So that was just a little trial and run. So I'm very excited about what is going to happen this year. I can't wait to put on that silver dress. Can't wait.
I have one too.
Oh.
I have a silver dress too.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking forward to getting all dolled up for this event. I don't think anything really warms my heart like doing something for children. I mean, we enjoy doing things for our seniors, but there's just something special about being able to help our young people. You touched on a little bit. We do have a senior program that Miss Cassie started. Our seniors, how to use their computers and how to use AI. And they've been having a ball. Week before maybe last month, you all gave away laptops to finish the entire course.
You would have thought we were giving away lottery tickets, or I don't know, but you know what I mean? But people are so humble. That's what I say about community. You know what I mean? You never know what is going to touch a person's heart. Those senior citizens, now we're talking people that's 70 plus years old, who figured they would never even have to think about using a computer. Not computer savvy at all. But they have so much fun learning about a computer. I mean, they just peck away, but so what? They are learning something different, even at their tender age.
And because of the fact that starting November 1, I believe it's November 1st, Social Security now wants you to have a bank account. If you're paying attention to any of this stuff, everything will be online. If you lose your Social Security card and you need a new one, you're going to have to go online to set up an account. So this really was a phenomenal program that Ms. Cassie came up with for the seniors. But there's going to be lots of senior programs that will be going through our organization. So I'm happy about that. And then you all may not know that we're an affordable housing provider. We build and sell, we rehab, we rent units, and we're probably one of the cheapest organizations when it comes to rental housing that you're going to find in this city. So our units stay full. I think we probably are.
You are. And Dianne, and that's something to say about, again, the organization. When you got East Tampa puts the definition of affordable in housing.
Yep.
Because let's face it, affordable housing is no longer affordable for no
Mm-mm.
mankind. But you know, and I'm
Not.
grateful that East Tampa has taken a conscious decision and thought about that thing and the people that they serve, because people, it's hard. It's hard out there. And
It
let's talk about
really
some of
is.
the projects that East Tampa has done over this year.
You mean housing projects that we've
Housing
completed?
projects, yeah.
Well, just a couple weeks ago, we actually closed on a house on Lila, which is right near our office, it to a single mom. Daughter is grown, but to a single mom, and she's ecstatic about her new house. But we built 5 houses over off of Osborne. And listen, before we break ground, typically we've already sold our properties. If once we set the sign on it, people immediately sign up to be able to purchase. We also help you to get into the first time homebuyers program so that you're eligible for down payment assistance. If you qualify for down payment assistance, then you're able to get that down payment assistance. Patty, I think what I like best is it can be layered with lots of down payment assistance with the
Don't you love it?
CRA, the
Yes.
city of Tampa Dare. And we also have some monies that we can pull from the state of Florida that we also can put into a deal when it's happening in East Tampa. Listen, it's been good. Then, we bought some apartment complexes. We had to rehab them. If I can't live in it, you can't either. And that's always been my motto from the very first time we started the housing program many years ago, back in 99. My thing was, if I can't live in it, neither can you. And we hold true to that. We believe that people deserve to live in safe, sanitary, affordable housing. And all of us can do that as not-for-profits. Many of us won't because, hey, granted, it cuts into our margin of income. Of course it does by reducing the rate. But at the same time, think of the people that we get an opportunity, the families
Hmm.
that we're able to help that otherwise
Yes.
really could not afford. And now it's
Yeah.
even getting worse. And the whole country is shut down. We're trying to get the date right so that we'll be able to help some families with some groceries for Thanksgiving. So we're working on that right now. We've been calling people all day today, but it will be in the next week and a half before Thanksgiving to try and give some help, some relief.
Yeah.
Of course, we
This is
realize that
something that we do on an annual basis
right.
anyway. We normally
Yeah,
we
yeah.
every year we do a Thanksgiving giveaway. We give away as many turkeys, and then we feed the community too. So not only do we give food away, we feed the community
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
and we all come together as an organization, and everybody has a responsibility, and then we enlist other organizations and we collaborate with
Right. That's
other
right.
organizations, and it becomes just a big community day. So if you haven't heard about it, now you know about it, and you got to be about it because it's so much fun. It's just a good
It
day.
is.
It's just a very good day.
And the best part about it is people see us doing something, they come and volunteer. Hey, can I help you? And that's
Yes.
always very, very rewarding when
Hmm.
we can they'll just stop in and say, hey, what are you doing? But listen to us, you all. We will put a plea out. We need volunteers to assist us. Patty, I know you remember Miss Rosalie. Miss Rosalie passed away 3 weeks ago.
No,
Miss
I
Rosalie
didn't
was a
know you were
staple.
there.
Yes, that always counted the cars for us and always helped us, been helping us for over
Yes,
15 years. Yes, Miss
Rosalie.
Rosalie has always been that person. And when we do
Oh my
drive-through food
goodness.
giveaways, Miss Rosalie has never missed a single one. But yeah, Miss Rosalie passed away 2 weeks ago. They buried her last Saturday because I wasn't
Oh,
here.
I did not know that. I know, I would have went to her funeral. I did
Oh, I'm
not
sorry you
know
didn't know.
that.
Yeah, Miss Rosalie passed away. So I always want to try to remember her for all the wonderful things that she did
Rest
for
in
our
peace.
organization. We have an awesome staff too, so I never want to forget our staff. Vida and Jackie and Miss Cassie work
Hmm.
tireless, but
Hmm.
this can be done, you all, by any one person. This is a
Hmm.
team. We have a board of 13 that
Hmm.
work hard. This is how we make this organization run, is with people. None of us do anything by ourselves. We want to remind people that there is no I in team, and
That's
I'm
right.
grateful for the board that we have and for all of the board members. So you get to see all of them on Saturday night. You just come on out to our scholarship fundraiser dinner. And Patty, I'm calling it a gala because when people hear the word gala, they dress up
There you
automatically. I
know,
told Miss
right?
Cassie in the future, don't ever put the word ceremony. It's got to be gala because that makes people know that you need to put your fancy clothes on.
Yes.
Even though it does say formal attire, dress up and look really pretty. Gala
Yes.
means gown,
Yes.
tuxedos or suits or
Yes.
whatever you want to put
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
And if you don't have one, come
Mm-hmm.
anyway. It's okay.
That's
It's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Just
We're
look
going to have
pretty.
a good time anyway. Just make sure you
Anyway,
got some pretty lipstick on.
make sure you have on some pretty lipstick. We say that's the most important part.
There you go. Yeah.
But
But
yeah.
yeah, let me ask you this. So, I know East Tampa Business and Civic Association has been in fruition for such a long time. And I know we just recently changed it to East Tampa Business and Community Development Alliance. Prior to the new name, and prior to you becoming the CEO of the organization, let's talk about your journey.
Well, I really wanted to talk about your journey today because I'm going to have you interview me for a full show on another time. But I mean, I'll briefly
Okay.
tell you all
Okay.
how East Tampa came about. Betty Wiggins, Les Miller, Robert Cole, and there was a couple of other people, Miss Ernestine. East Tampa was a business organization and it was run by business people. There was a civic association run by Jimmy. Gosh, all of a sudden I forgot his name. Jimmy was an optometrist. He ran Jackson Heights Civic Association. Miss Wiggins and Mr. Cole and Les, they ran East Tampa Business Association. So they decided it made a lot more sense to combine the two organizations. And that's how we got to East Tampa Business and Civic Association before we
Okay.
changed our name. And that started in 1989, is that's when this
89.
organization started. Yeah, in 1989. I came aboard in about 1992, 93. I worked for the organization for 5 years with no pay, strictly as a volunteer to help our organization just to grow. Miss Wiggins decided that she thought I should run the organization when she left, and she knew she was going to die because she had cancer. And she brought all the board members in one at a time and said, this will be the new leader of this organization. And I'll never forget it because she brought us all in. I know you know this organization and I need you to take it over. You have good ideas. And Miss Cassie, I want you here. So Miss Cassie has been our financial person since I started back in the 90s. Is our CFO. I don't get to touch a dime. I can't tell you how much money they have. Miss Cassie is the one. If you want to know something? Ask Miss Cassie, because I sure won't be able to tell you. That's kind of how the organization got started. We began the housing program, and that's when I became an employee for East Tampa as the community development person. And that was my job function, to go out, find land, find builders, and start building. And if you all know that in 2007 and 8, when President Obama became president of the United States, of these Americas, ours, he had a program that he had banks giving not-for-profits all kinds of buildings and houses because we were in a total collapse and people were losing their homes and they were moving out of them and they were in foreclosure. It was a mess. That's when the bubble burst.
The foreclosure bubble.
And we were fortunate enough to be in a position, and we'd already positioned ourselves so that we could become a housing development organization. And that's how we got to developing. Miss Wiggins and I, Miss Wiggins was serving as city councilwoman at city council. We kind of took some pictures around in the community and took them downtown and kind of embarrassed the city. But I'm going to save that for when you and I do my next show. And you all know how we really got to the position we're in today. So for those of you all who think we don't do a lot of work, we've been doing work for a long, long time. So y'all better understand why we moved from civic to business and became a development organization. Then next time you interview me. So we're going to do that.
This is
I'm gonna have
interesting.
you to interview
I
me.
got the stuff that you told me. I got follow-up questions now.
So you'll get all the answers to all of your questions. Be writing your questions, and when I have you interview me, we can do me in another week after our
Okay.
gala is over, and we can talk about our gala and put up some pictures and stuff like that. Then you can ask me anything you want to ask me about. So let's run over this scholarship fundraiser again. Tell everybody where it is, what time it is, and
All
how they
right.
can get tickets.
So once again, November 8th, 2025, the Dianne Hart Scholarship Fundraiser Gala. Gala. Right? That means dress up, put on some shoes, and come on back. Come on back to the Skills Center, 5107 North 22nd Street. We're going to have a great time while we celebrate the recipients of the Dianne Hart Scholarship We're going to have great food, sponsored by Maggiano's. We're going to have great cocktail hour at 6 p.m. Now, you can buy your tickets online at ETCBA at etcba.org, or you can stop by the office at 4609 North 34th Street, right there before you get to that roundabout on Osborne, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we're not too far from that roundabout. I highly encourage you, get your tickets sooner than later, because last year people was at the door like, can I get in? So I don't know. See, if Miss Cassie is at the door, you better pray. Now, if I'm at the door, I'm gonna let you in. But if it's Cassie at the door, I'm gonna send on up a prayer, and I'll probably do Psalms 21 for you too, because you're gonna need some prayer. So, but we look forward to seeing.
Early. I'm sorry, it was so loud. Please get your tickets. Come out and help us to raise money for our youth. Next year, we'd like to give out 6 scholarships as opposed to 4. And every year, we'd like it to grow bigger and better every single year until we can give out as much money as we have applications. That will be our goal, or to increase the dollar amounts of our scholarships as we move forward. We know that.
And every time you make a donation, good people out there,
Right.
Every time you buy a ticket, good people out there, you are making sure that another person can afford to obtain a scholarship for next year. So we thank you in advance for purchasing not 1, but 2 tickets. Bring somebody with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. Remember, we're a 501c3 organization. You can write off your ticket.
Good. Yeah, good idea, Dianne.
So you can write it off on your taxes. So don't forget, you can make donations to our organization and write it off on your taxes. And we're always open to accepting donations, which allows us to do more programs for our community. So Pattie B, I thank you. That's what we call Miss Pattie Bonner, is Pattie B from Cincinnati.
Yes,
Pattie,
ma'am.
thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's been pure pleasure having you on board with me.
The pleasure was all mine, Miss Dianne. Thank you so much. And I just got to say one thing. Congratulations, Miss Dianne Hart, on your wedding this coming December.
Thank you very much. December 6th, Jamaica. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, ma'am. Congratulations.
Thank you, darling.
You take care.
Bye-bye.
This is Dianne Hart. Be sure to catch my shows as we interview politicians and special guests on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on The Opening Statement, the Lit TV network on Roku. Also, watch Where Are They Now as I interview entertainers of yesterday and today at 7:30 p.m. Detroit Hot TV on Facebook. Thank you.